Make we go beg in this girl, yo. I like how the way mommy like it begin so not to beg a hold. Compound my love for her now profound. Something I caught without a charm. So anytime my day we are just feel like to romance. I take a go wrong with the romance. I order all now my command. So professionally, majestically, internationally, passionately, psychologically, herbatically, philosophically, dramatically, intentionally. I intended to say I love because love injustice. So cool, I love you so cool. Make me take the wall on the cruise, Say this love, it be like a school, To all them haters, now them we go prove. Say I love this pure, let go. We don't love ourselves from the get go. Smoke them up, cigarette flow, then blow the ash to the wind. So we spreading love like wings. So everybody in the world go see. Say now we, so we no be Disney, then we real.
Hell yeah!
Salatiel on the beat.
Freeze the video.
Mr. Leo in the floor, yeah.
Yes, so.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
You be for my heart like a river. For you are the catchy fever. I love this girl forever. You be for my heart like a river. For you are the catchy fever. I love this girl forever.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Our on Monday today. Happy Sunday to you watching, to you just tuning in right now. My name na Ambomu, and this one na Ambomu Live. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like and the share button. We get a very important person we good day here today and later on the show. Please hit the like and the share button so other people that will join we for this very discussion and messaging show where we are going to have right about now and today. So let's go ahead. If you want time we shout you out, please drop your name in the comment section. If you want time we shout you out, please drop your name in the comment section right about now. All right, let's go ahead. Uncle Yannick, how you doing? Thank you very much. Mac Lunel, Lanuel, how you doing? Thank you very much. Auntie Really, how you doing? Abu Free, in a minute. How you guys doing?
Hell yeah!
Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like and the share button as well to go. Please, if you want to shout you out, drop your name in the comment section as well to pick up the audience and go. We have a very important person today. Ray Baba, how you doing? Wendy Ambong, how you doing? T-Boy King, how you doing? Uncle Hans, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Let us keep it going. Let us keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Ambomu, and this one, Ambomu Live. LV, Evelyn Manka, how you doing? Ngwa, Willie Dollar, how you doing? Tita Derek, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Leslie Lohan, Leslie, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Please hit the like and the share button so other people that be join we can join us in this very great discussion and messaging show. We'll pass them to the people where they're back home. Please let us go. Let us go.
Hell yeah!
Iya Wang, how you doing? Playing the background of Breezyville with Mr. Leo. All right, if you want to go shout you out, Nukui Neville, how you doing? Thank you very much. Nikwe, I'm sure I did butcher your name. Nikwe Neville, how you doing?
It's the video.
Mr. Leo in the floor, yeah.
Yes.
Younger Maximo Nono, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us get down to the meat and greedy of what we are about to do. Njoka Williams, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Okay. Please make sure as we enter, hit the like and the share button, because again, I would like for us to do some kind of messaging or channeling, like the last drops of messages. So one try for tell the people or talk to the people and back home. Joel and for how you doing? Just to like just a little drop of messages, here and there, because we see how the propaganda they go back home. Jude Ebia, how you doing? We see how propaganda they go on back home, so we want to make sure at least we do some kind of messaging show. Just try to do some kind of word of encouragement, or maybe you have something very important that you want to pass them back to the people back home. Melvis Ako, Eta, how you doing? T Coil, how you doing? Thank you very much for joining us. So basically this is basically what we are going to do, and then later on the show we'll get a very important person where we can talk for we today, we in the name of Tomba Akoro. Gentlemen,
Hell yeah!
go join me today. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure you keep it right there, no move, because I'm sure he has some very strong messages. That's why I want them to make you watching right now, give your own messaging out there and tell the people to stay strong and keep the fight going, because we know we know very well, you and I know there's no school in Southern Cameroon, but then we as a people have to kind of just encourage to talk to the people back home. Just last messages. You understand? Last messages. So let us
Smoke them out, cigarette flow, then blow the ash in the wind. So we spreading love like wings, so everybody in the world go see. Say now we, so we no be Disney, then we real.
All right, let's go. Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure whatever it is that you have, whatever information that you have, let us try to channel it to the people today on this show. Whatever comments and discussion that you have, let us talk about it and let's just communicate it. Okay, I don't want as much bring something we just need for just sit here and beat it and beat it and beat it on the head. Just want us to kind of just talk to the people, because tomorrow is the day that a lot of things have been said by way of tomorrow. I don't get all kinds of messages, chilling calls with people that they make suggestion of massacre, which we know say the people can be capable of that. So again, I just want us to just keep this momentum building up to tomorrow for a very, very serious 3 days goes down from Monday to Wednesday that is going to hold.
Hell yeah!
This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's about, and this is what we are about to do. So, I'm not going to take too much time to talk. I don't have too much time to analyze or draw conclusions. I just want you, the viewers, to give your messaging to the people back home and people that will watch this rebroadcast or watch this show later on, or talk to each other, some kind of encouragement to the people back home. I want you, because yesterday I talked say I did today into yesterday and today and tomorrow, because you have to monitor everything that is going on by way of on the ground. So before we get our person we go there for our show today, I just want you guys to go right ahead and just go ahead and if you get any kind of words of encouragement or some kind of a messaging to the people back home, just please go right ahead and call here and just talk to each other, encourage each other, tell them to stay strong, tell them to hold this goes down strong and tight, because this is what it is. This is like a death blow. I mean, how about
Hell yeah!
how about how about the soldier they declare soldier they declare school? Since when soldiers them when they're supposed to defend a nation don't turn how you call these people again? These people they keep yard landscaping people. So soldiers don't downgrade from being defenders of the nation to landscaping with guns for their back, rifles. Is this what they become farmers? Most of them are farmers anyway. How much do they get paid? Landscaping everywhere, clearing the clear yard for since when? The same people that I heard this from someone, the same people that raped and raped kids students in Boya, the same way they can't clear school, so that me other people they come, so that me they rape them again. Have we heard anything by way of charging these people where they be do all these atrocities or Boya? These kids didn't do anything. No, these students didn't do anything. So to those people where they jump up and down, especially for that person who make that video the other day, just a while ago, what's that go? We say diaspora, they should not send people in no go school, talk about nonsense, wear eyeglasses. I'm sure now understand. I know that person where they talk. What they talk about. But especially people like that. Let me see. Hello.
Ambomu Live.
Yes, I'm on my live. How
Hello?
you doing?
Ambomu Live.
Yes, this is I'm on my live. Go ahead. What do you hear you?
I want to thank you, congratulate you people for what you are doing. You greet the chairman of the governing council, greet all the members of the governing council, greet the rest of the educational council and the rest department. we heard how Mama Ambe was talking the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Get confidence. Tomorrow, no school. For 3 days, it will go down. No school, no days for this region. I get all hopes and all confidence that there will be no school. So I'm calling from home. That is from Boya, particularly.
Great.
And I get all hopes. Hello?
Very, very great. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, say no school, no go day, no person. We monitor, you go from markets where they sell books and bookshops, they're all closed. No market for books for school items in the worker. Teachers, the government are moving and spending their money as usual. We know, those people know why. And those ministers are moving like that because they want their outstation. They are only out to do beer and get money.
They
are not, they know inside them, the school no day. They say military now just for fighting people and to sell the beer that they are working. But they are out to dupe him and send him to his grave. Beer doesn't even understand what is going on because he's a lazy man. He doesn't go to the street to see what is happening in the country.
Right.
Get all confidence saying school no go day. Even most francophones are in support of what we are doing. We get all confidence. School no day. No one no panic. School no go day.
No,
thank you very much.
For this show, one try for just giving a word of encouragement. Just encourage now in some few messages.
Hello.
Yes, what do you?
Yes, stay blessed. When I continue when I work, still continue sensitizing the people are with you over there. And we know we are all confident come 1st October.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. All right. In like 5 more minutes, I want to take some few calls from some people and then bring our guests on right now. So if he give some very good messaging and talk to the people and if we get some time for ask questions if we now want to. But 304-941-5719. If not, I go right ahead and bring our guests for today. So if you get anything for talk like a messaging, I mean right after I give the messages, you guys can also call and just give some kind of info back home. Ambomu Live.
Hello, Ambomu Live.
Yes.
Yes. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. How for you?
No, fine. I want to say.
Go ahead, my brother. I hear you very loud and clear. Okay, I don't know what's here. Yeah, again. We are here. No stopping. Okay. So we are here. We'll just try to give some messages. Just try to direct this very, very important moment right now. Going to tomorrow, which is a big day in terms of just define everything, just breaking the barrier and just showing that, showing again. Maybe they need to understand, but just showing this again. Ambomu Live.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, hi, Ambomu.
Hey.
Yeah, so like you talk, we'll just thank the people and back home. Say we know how things will be difficult for them.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I think it may be, if possible, at times, maybe this 3 days on Thursday or maybe they try for if you put more money together, if people they join buying a like back rice, so that they will get more, so they try for stock their house and get so that maybe they get some chop them because we understand say it be so difficult on them. You understand all those 3 days will be for house, so yeah, so maybe they just no say nothing, maybe come easy way, go through this thing, but at the end of the road, they will really see all their sacrifice.
True
because I will remind them, say, may not forget the reason why the ghost town, they start for boycott, they begin the boycott school. May they not ever forget the reason. And may they remember, say, even releasing their leaders, time when they start ghost town, leaders, they never even be on jail. Not even before J. So releasing leaders, not be the reason where they begin start that ghost town. Let's not forget the educational system and everything. And I want to talk about the educational system. Give me 1 minute because I think I had a call the annual word that journalist. Yeah, so those teachers, and take for example for Bafusam, they move French teacher, they teach biology for Southern Cameroon. They send out of for Bafusam, they don't send them for bilingual school than for Franco. So you see how they play with. So for Bafusam, out of 20, remember, out of 20 biology teachers, imagine 2 now English speaking. The rest of the 18, the way they teach them, they didn't for Buffalo for Francophone state. Then they take Douala for Littoral province. Out of 22, now 6, now English teacher, the rest, you understand. So they just play them, so they just play with, so will not say it be difficult. So maybe so they remember, they will get a long list of things. They instead of demilitarize, they don't say double lamp everywhere. You see the one. So it don't be like whatever you ask, they instead double lamp. So it go be now go it be the biggest mistake because none of the things they say release or arrested. They release them, they leave the order, and they not even release them because the ones that is they just want from where they feel knock people, they hate them between leaders them. So don't like even the reason. So they hate we. They hate we will get to fight for their right. Will not say it be difficult, but at the end of the tunnel there is light.
Yes, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, without further ado, I just want to go right ahead and bring our guest today, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure to hit the like and the share button so that people, if you join me right now, please just go right ahead, hit the like and the share button so other people can join us and get this message live and direct from Ambomu Live, streaming right now on SCBC. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will welcome our guest today, Mr. Jomba Akoro. He will be joining us here in a little bit.
Hell yeah!
I know say Abu Frino like my sound, but I'll keep doing that.
Hell yeah!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep this going. As our guests make your way in onto our studio right on the couch right now, on the seat right now. Want to make sure say everything is really live and good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Jomba Akoro right here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Please hit the like and the share button because he has a lot to tell you people. So pay attention while I shut up. Okay. You have the microphone. So how you doing today?
I'm good. And you?
I'm doing very well. I'll make sure that you're close to the mic so that
all right, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure. A bright Sunday here and happy.
Oh, all right. So what do you have to say to the people? Because I know you always put out these very strong messages with the videos that you put out. Very strong. The one you did yesterday, I didn't have the chance to look to watch it to the end, but very strong messaging. Are you following the same strong step today on this show today, or what do you have to tell the people today?
Today is one of those days that we really have to spend much of the time sensitize our people on the importance of the struggle that we engaged for well over 11 months today. It is a day that we actually call, sometimes when it is New Year Eve, the 24th of December, it was a very great moment where people stay the watcher to see the baby Christ born. It was like 31st of December. People, stay on to see the new day break at midnight.
Right.
So this is that kind of day for us. This is that moment where we are sitting, holding tight, living, that we should be able to continue to share our experiences, share the knowledge that we have, continue to talk to those who are still hesitant, to those who have still not understood, what we are actually, fighting for, so that they know that tomorrow, Monday, the 4th of September, is one of those days where we have to send the loudest message, Yaoundé, the loudest message to the whole wide world that we are not fools. You know, my brother, in 1961, our parents, grandparents found themselves in a kind of unfortunate situation because they didn't have support that we have today. They didn't have the kind of youth, vibrant youth, who are very alert like we have today. In 1972, when they dribbled us with the we and yes vote, that you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same situation. Some few people cried foul, but they didn't, you know, they were not able to have that following. They were subdued. In 1984, when Mr. Paul Biya took the unilateral decision to get the Republic du Cameroon out of the Union, that is when he signed the decree of cessation, changing the name of the country from United Republic to Republic of Cameroon, you know, effectively ending the Union.
Yeah.
And then, in turn, annexing us because we disappeared.
Right.
At that time, a few people got up. From Dinka, Fongum got up with a few people. They tried what they could, but they didn't. But I mean, they couldn't go far because we were not with them.
Right.
In 1990, when the SDF was formed, you know, primarily that party was born out of the frustrations of Anglophones in Cameroon with the troubles that we're facing all the way. When that party was formed, you know, somewhere along the line, we still got dribbled. In 1992, when Frundi won the elections, you know exactly what happened. All of us remember the picture of Alexis Dipanda Mwele, the president of the Supreme Court then, who announced clearly that there are several irregularities that could even touch so seriously on the outcome of the election, but that his hands were tied and there was nothing he could do. I know exactly what happened. They handed victory to Mr. Paul Biya. The only crime Frundi committed was that he was an Anglophone, that he was from southern Cameroons. He was from the Slavic part of the country, from the part of the country where people are second-class citizens. Denied him that victory. In 1995, Mr. Paul Biya, knowing that he had, you know, taken an act of unilateral secession in 1984, decided to call on Parliament. Decided to call on Parliament to now study whether the name of the country remain La République du Cameroun or we should go back the United Republic of Cameroon. Why did he take it to Parliament? He knew that out of 180 parliamentarians, only 35 are from southern Cameroons. So what was going to be the outcome of the vote? Right. I remember late Honorable Ihims Jacob Anye at the time, and a good lot of the parliamentarians from the southwest put their heads together, fought so hard, tried to convince their francophone peers that let us save the unity of this country by going back to the United Republic of Cameroon, because tomorrow our children will ask questions. They fought that night until in the end they only managed to get one UPC parliamentarian at the time to join them, vote for a return to the name United Republic of Cameroon. So you obviously know how the result ended. They overwhelmingly were crushed, and it stayed like that. You know, it even went unnoticed. Right? That is 1995. You see, I'm tracing you years so that you should see how we have come. So that you should see that it has been systematic deception. It's not something that just happened today. And so, in 2008, when should I even go through the 1996 Constitution, the tripartite, and everything that happened? That when we asked for a return to, you know, the federal system, Minister Joseph Owona at the time threatened that if we tried that, the Betis were going to secede and form a Betis state made up of the center, south, and east. Know that threat is even still there. That is why you see all the big structural projects are either in the south, in the center, or in the east, because they know that with all the plunder that they have done, they will not be ready ever to accept that any other person takes the reins of command in that country. And so if any other person takes over, they will go away. While they are planning that kind of thing, they turn around and feel that we are those who should be foolish enough to be subdued. So what I want to say is that Mr. Paul Biya and his team should know that we're in 2017. He called us an Android generation, right? So it means that our reasoning is not as static and as stupid as the kind of reasoning he believes is, is still in our heads and in our minds.
Right.
So those are funds, those are our chiefs, whom he has used over and over the years, subdued them, threatened. You see, even GOs threatened to sack chiefs if they do not do the kind of thing that they want. You see the point? So they have taken the tradition to a certain point. That's why we have told our funds and the chiefs, if you don't want to respect yourself for now, we shift you aside. Right?
Right.
When we would have taken back our country, we will come back and give that verve and give back the honor that is due to our tradition. But now the CPDM government has desecrated that tradition completely. Our funds, because of greed, because of power, because of money, have dragged tradition into the mud. Right. We will not follow them into that mud, to completely finish what is left of our tradition. We will simply ignore them. And I'm sure Mr. Bia already knows that we have been ignoring them. He should already know by now that those his ministers, those his directors, those his funds, those his chiefs, all of them don't speak again for the people of Southern Cameroon.
Right, right.
The people of Southern Cameroon know their leaders, and their leaders know them. That is why we are doubling down, telling them, you are shutting down this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it will go on like that until the 4th of October. Full-blown ghost towns. We know there's going to be a lot of provocation, but we're urging you all, don't be provoked. Keep your children home. Some of you will see children that have been brought in from Bafoussam, from Douala, and all not into Southern Cameroon. Right. I mean, it is their pictures that you are seeing that they are displaying everywhere with them in some campuses and all whatnot, just to entice you so that you should send your children to those schools. We will not be responsible for whatever will happen to your children. I'm sure you have seen on social media. I'm still actually trying to, to confirm it. It's true that I've had some word with people on the ground in Boya, security sources on the ground in Boya say it is true, but I still have to double check that they found petrol. Well, a lot of fuel in several containers. I was already sprinkled all over in the University of Boya. And an amphibious students were having classes. What did they intend to do? To ban the students in class and in turn say that we are responsible for it, because at all costs they want the whole wide world to know that we are terrorists.
Right.
We are not terrorists. We are freedom fighters, and we shall fight for our freedom. You know how I say it? Right up to the last man standing.
Very, very correct. So what's your take on the soldiers clearing or cutting grass for the students to come back to doing landscaping work for students? Since when did defenders of the nation become landscaping people? I don't get it. What's your take on it?
I laugh because it shows the level of desperation. It shows you to what point Yaoundé has been defeated. And that's why I want to congratulate our people of Southern Cameroon. I want to congratulate those Bayam-Selams. I want to congratulate those taxi drivers, those bike riders. I want to congratulate everyone. Because, you see, it is our collective effort, our collective decision to stand up for our rights that has brought this government to its knees.
Right.
You see, soldiers who generally were brutalizing, beating up people left and right, they are clearing the campuses. And look at the campus that they are clearing. They are not clearing the campuses of government schools. Right. Look at that. They are clearing the campus of a mission school. That is intriguing, not so?
Yeah.
Now, let me explain to you why they could not clear the campus of government school. Because there is no possibility for them to create dormitories on top of those in those campuses to bring their let me call it their children that they have imported in to come and use to attract people. So they need a mission school. They need a boarding school where they will bring their people, keep them there, and then they can be able to surround it to protect them inside there. I don't know protecting them from who, because our people are not violent people.
Right.
Our people are not going out there to be attacking people. We are not forcing people. We explain to people, and our people are boycotting these schools. Our people are observing the ghost towns not out of duress, because they are convinced of what we are doing, because they are convinced of the cause, right, that they have all decided to adhere to. So you see, that desperation is because they know that if they do that in a government school, they are not sure to have students on that campus. So for that reason, they need to go to a place which is clustered, where they can at least, have a captive audience of some few students and put there, bring TV cameras to show to the world that classes have resumed. They are desperate because right now the whole world are focusing on Southern Cameroon. The eyes of the entire world are on Southern Cameroon. So the government so badly needs to make the world know that things have come back to normal. They so badly need to tell the world that because they released, the consortium president, Congo Felix Agbabala and Fontem Deba Afoteka and Justice Aya Paul and the journalists and a few others that the matter is over. No, these people were not in jail when this struggle started. Right. They went to jail as a consequence of the struggle.
Right.
And they went to jail because they did not allow them free speech to talk about the internecine problems that the people of Southern Cameroon have been facing. That is why they were thrown in jail. So releasing them isn't a solution to the problems that were raised. Releasing them is just trying to meet one of the conditions that we put forth before we can resume dialogue. Are you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're actually releasing them so that you see if at all we begin saying, okay, you are meeting some of those conditions for us to sit down and talk. That is why. And that is why the Secretary General of the United Nations, in his statement brought out by his spokesman, made clear, we welcome the decision to release these people so dialogue can now begin. And we are offering our good offices to mediate in that dialogue. Do you understand what that means?
Right.
That means the Secretary General of the United Nations knows that the problem that we had was not the detention of those people. Yeah. That their detention was as a consequence of problems raised. And that if they were effectively released, if all of them were released, perhaps we could say, okay, some of the conditions have been met somehow, let us begin dialogue. So you're releasing them so that we can sit down and face those problems. Not releasing them as a solution. It's not a solution. Right. So Mr. Paul Biya and the others, they think this is how they reason. Let me put it to you in a kind of way that everybody can understand. You see, just like somebody comes to your house, kidnaps your wife, right? Goes and keeps your wife somewhere for 8 months. You are turning everywhere, searching. Then one day, he suddenly brings your wife back to you. And you know what? And you know what happens? You go down on your stomach, on your belly, and everything to start thanking him. How does it sound to you?
I talked about that the same day that released the people.
How does it sound to you?
They have made us, they have conditioned us into this position where we thank somebody that is oppressing us. I was saying that in response to those people that were thanking the head of state of La Republique about releasing these people. I said, how can you, without even your rights were violated, and somebody acts like he's doing you a favor, and you are thanking him for what? There is no way that you can brutalize me, and then when you say, okay, go, I turn around and say thank you. There is no way. I just don't get that concept.
You see, this is the reasoning of the French.
Yes.
This is how the French, that in dealing with their colonies, they make in such a way that when you get up and you start asking for freedom, or you start, asking for anything and all, what they do is they brutalize you, they torture you, they pick you up, they lock you up, they allow you there, to enjoy a lot of suffering until you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They walk you up so that you get tired. They allow you to battle until at some point you are completely frustrated and tired. And now, what do? They suddenly release you with some crumbs, and you will fall on your stomach room and start thanking them as if the Messiah has come back from the heavens to the earth.
Right.
But what I want to draw the attention of Mr. Paul Biya to is that France used that one on Francophone Africa. It wouldn't work on us. We were not a former colony of France.
Right.
And so we were not tutored in that manner. We were tutored to be resilient. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We were tutored to go all the way in obtaining anything we are eyeing, anything we believe that we deserve. So for that reason, Mr. Paul Biya should understand that Southern Cameroonians will not get tired. If he is thinking That by dragging, by playing, by coming up with some cosmetic things and all whatnot, you get, I would say, bilingualism commission. If he created a bilingualism commission out of an emergency, how many times has that commission sat? How many times have the members sat? Has it started working? Or it was just created for window dressing? If we're creating as an emergency, it should have been working. You see, it is those kind of tactics that we were talking about. Say, okay, as I shouted, I'll just create a bilingualism commission and then dash it to them, feel them inside there and then let them have the feeling that something is being done, and then you play for time and they will get tired. Then we'll start saying, no, you see, our children are all getting pregnant because they are not going to school. They will be this and that. No, we have to sensitize our people to, see ways of getting these children busy. There are so many things they can do to get them busy while we fight this fight, because this fight is for their future. It is for our future. Why do I say our future? Because my future is still ahead of me. But you see, all those ministers, those directors from Yaoundé, those chiefs, those funds, some of them are 80 years, some of them are 90 years. A good lot of them, a good majority of them are at least from 70 years. What does the Bible tell you about life? They say, live to the fullness of life. It's 3 scores plus 10 years. That's 70. Not so.
Right.
Once you have any additional year after 70, what do you call it? Bonus. Right? So a good lot of all of these people are living in bonus. Their future is behind them completely. The future is completely behind them. But we have our future ahead. So let them shift. Go and stay in their corner. And be doing what? And be trying to reconcile themselves with God for the sins that they might have committed and all whatnot, while preparing gracefully for the journey beyond. Allow us to fight for the future, for our future, which is still ahead of us. So that's what I want to tell these people. Let them know. Allow us to fight for our future. Enjoy your bonus. God has been great. God has been kind to you and given you bonus. Enjoy the bonus and leave us alone. Allow us to fend for ourselves. Allow us to see about our future. Allow us to fight for that which we believe in.
Right. What disturbs me too a lot is when somebody young and vibrant is not seeing what we are doing and complaining about things that could be fixable, and not seeing that this is about generations down, you and generations and your generations down. I just don't get it. What do you think is inside the mind of these people, or especially those that are outside of the country and still talking about just, okay, let the kids go back to school and let the country.
Now, let me tell you something. You see, there are some people in life who generally do not know how to stand up for whatever they believe in. There are some people in life who generally get satisfied, okay, with whatever they have. And if you notice the complaints about Africa, why are we backward? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at a certain point in time, you just generally get satisfied with what you have.
Right.
We are just satisfied to be riding in cars that have been developed in Europe and America. We don't think that there is need for us to also develop our own cars.
Right.
There is need for us to, carry out our research to the point where we too can produce. We are generally so satisfied to enter the aircrafts produced by the white man. We are so satisfied to abandon our countries and run to the white man's country, where the roads are so good. Where I mean, as soon as you just start work, if you start work and they say that, okay, your salary is about, just say, $50,000 a year. The
Which
first
most
day,
people don't end up much.
the first day you start having your first check, you can go to a car company, and the next day you are riding one of the most beautiful vehicles that we have ever known. You turn around the next day, still on basis of that job, you move around, you look at the beautiful, and say, okay, I'm picking up this house, and the news goes out, wow, my son has just bought a house, and all of those things, because these people had been reflecting, thinking ahead of time. They have never been satisfied with their conditions. That's why on a daily basis they make life always better. Can you have such conditions, such flexibilities in Cameroon? Can you? You can't. Let me ask you, how many civil servants today can benefit from car loans that were given in the days. Why are we having a lot of road accidents? Because 95% of the cars that are driven in our country are old cars.
Yes.
You know, when you hear that people are celebrating in one neighborhood, oh, my neighbor has just bought a new car, put that new in quotes. You want to go and check on that car. That car expired in America. It expired in Europe. It expired everywhere before they brought it to, and you celebrate.
So
this
much
is my
wisdom.
new car. You see, so we have to let these young people know. All of us are young. When I say these young people, I include myself.
Right.
Yeah, because I'll be 43 years old on November 11. I mean, not saying that I have right to be getting gray and getting bald. So this is really true. We have to sensitize ourselves to understand that you don't make any progress anytime you get so satisfied with many things that are done by other people. Life is supposed to be progress. Life is supposed to be permanent improvement. See, your life is work in progress.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
So that is why our thought pattern is supposed to be what? Permanent progress. We should always be thinking on how to live better and better and better. Look at this America. Normally, they should have stopped building now.
Yeah,
they should have
but
stopped
they
doing
keep
everything.
building.
But every day, you're moving here, you see roads are being constructed. They are bringing down buildings because they think that they are obsolete and putting new ones with better architectural designs and all whatnot. They are permanently working. As we talk now, today is Sunday. Go to their laboratories. You see professors who are 80, 90 years old. They are still there with glasses, struggling to pair, still struggling to invent. Are you understanding that? Still struggling to invent. Why on earth should a young man, a young girl, sit down and say, I want to be satisfied with my status as a second-class citizen? That should be a curse.
Puzzles,
that should be a curse, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I thank the vice chairman of the governing council, Mr. Tasang Wilfred, who has called on people to do 40 days of fast. We need such curses off our heads. We need such curses off the heads of people who have still not understood that they deserve better than they have now. Look, my brother, let me tell you. Anytime you settle for less than you deserve, you know what you are going to have? You have less than you settled for.
Yeah.
Let me explain it to you. It's very easy to understand. You look at this. You say, I have the possibility to be a country, right? Now it is clear. It is clear beyond reasonable doubt that we were a state, not so. Right. We were a separate entity, and we have a right, okay, to re-establish, to restore our independence. They will suddenly come and say, no, we will not, let's not bother to restore the independence. After all, these people have said they can take us back to the federal experience. And if you begin by preaching federalism now, you end up with that nonsense that they call decentralization with 10, I don't know what that 10 says, and you will stay in the same minority position in which you have always been. What you will get is counterfeit.
Right.
And for those who are preaching federalism, let me say this. This is a special message I'm giving. And as I speak, a good lot of them who know will agree with me. When Minister Laurent Esso, who got to Belgium, who saw what happened to him in Belgium, when he made his rounds, they first of all started in Abuja, they went to Belgium, I think they went to Paris, and when they finished with their rounds, they visited the people of the European Union and all that. When they finished with their rounds, Minister Laurent Esso, when they returned to Cameroon, he wrote a report to the President of the Republic about that visit. Okay, fortunately, we have friends at the presidency who believe in this struggle so much and who always make sure we have that information. So, if you look at that report, you see what he says about federalism. This is what Laurent Esso says in that report, that during that tour, they have realized that there's a class of Southern Cameroonians who still believe that it is possible to return to the federal narrative, and that it will be important for the government to put in resources and encourage more and more Southern Cameroonians to go out there and talk about federalism. That the government should sponsor them to go out there and make sure that they get many, many more people talking federalism. But the intention, not because they should go back to federalism, no, but because when they get many more people talking federalism as against those talking restoration, what is going to happen? They will water down the struggle. Right. They will weaken the struggle. Right. So the intention is not, because in that report he also highlighted that even in discussions at the European Union with the Belgian government, it was generally make clear that the form of the state will never be touched. That is sacrosanct, it's sacred. That the republic as it is like that, nothing will touch it. So all of those preaching federalism, this is the message I'm bringing to you. That you should know you are wasting your time. The Republic is not on the same page with you. You are going to have now many more Southern Cameroonians coming out there to preach federalism. I am not saying you should throw them stones, but I am already drawing their attention to the fact that we are aware. And now, because of that narrative, Mr. Laurent Esso also says that the Belgian government offered to carry out some key sensitive projects in the Northwest and in the Southwest in a way like to make us see that, we're gaining some attention and then we can calm down. You understand that?
Right,
so
right.
You are going to have a lot of those baits. They will tell you, no, we are going to do this, we are going to give you this or that thing. They are not giving because they feel that they should naturally give you. You remember the analogy I took yesterday? That you have lived with an aunt, you have lived with an uncle, where they were torturing you, maltreating you. Perhaps, your father or mother is even the one providing a lot for that family. But the day they hear that one of them is visiting, they start treating you like a prince.
Right.
So that when they come, and it is for what? It is for the show, for make-believe. And as soon as they go, you go back to where you were. So are we all ready to help La République du Cameroun to tell the world that we are okay? So that when they finish obtaining what they want, they turn us back and start pounding us like they've always done. They turn back and start raping our children like they've always done. They turn back and start abducting, capturing, kidnapping like they've been doing. Mind you, if these people ever thought that we could really, I insist, that we could really live together like brothers and sisters, would they be treating us the way they are treating us because we are making demands? Would they bring onto us all the forms of dehumanizing treatment? It's not possible. The intention of keeping Mancho BBC, Senator Penn, Celestin Atanga, in short, let me not name because there are many of them. The intention of keeping those ones back in prison is simple. The government knew that we have fought until we are tired. So they were already convinced that we are completely tired, that we have been battered ourselves, weakened by the struggle. So when they release Dr. Fontem and Barrister Bala and Justice Aya and the others, then they will come out. They tell them that, okay, you see, now government has released us. Let us thank this government by returning life to normal, like I've seen in a press release reportedly signed by their lawyers, saying they've said life should return to normal, children should go back to school. They are begging the government to grant amnesty to some of us who are on exile, so we should come back home and then let us try to see how we can begin dialogue. We are not begging. We will not beg. You understand? We are not supposed to beg anything from La République. They have been taking from us. They rather are supposed to be begging us to give us back what they have been taking from us. So what I want you to know is that they thought that we are already going to be so tired. And so because we'll be so tired, they will release these few people, we get excited, we forget about Mancho BBC and the others in prison. And what will the government do? The government will, in the end, hand down to them the death sentence, kill them, so that never again will anyone ever try to raise the little finger to say, I want better conditions for Southern Cameroonians. Mr. Pobia, we know. We have been through that school. All of us have gone to school.
Right.
We have read Niccolo Machiavelli. We have read The Mafia Manager. We have read all of those things.
I am actually
Mr.
right now
Pobia,
reading the 48 Laws of Power,
Sure.
which I
That's
have
what I'm telling
seen
him.
all those
Good.
explained
That's what I'm
in
telling
here.
Mr. Pobia. We are aware. We have gone through those schools. We have read all those books. For 35 years, we don't need anybody to tell us who you are again. We have decoded you completely. 100%. You can't get us again. You will never get Southern Cameroonians again. It is over and it is over. Mr. Pobia, no, even if you want to fight for the next 30 years, be sure that the Southern Cameroonian is resilient. The Southern Cameroonian is someone who knows what he wants. You know, he says, I know what I want.
Yeah.
That's absolutely important. Okay? Youth. We didn't start this thing so that you should call a few people, appoint the minister, appoint them director,
Yeah, and
or
we'll be
take
satisfied.
some little dirty notes of millions and give you say no, go and sit down, be eating. No. We deserve better than that, and we are going exactly for what we deserve. Make man no fool anybody at all. No way.
All right. If you guys have any questions to ask, very, very honorable guest here, when I get that kind of knowledge where person get them oligam right now, deserve some amount of that is a huge wealth of knowledge. You don't just give una for free right here because when I be Southern Cameroonians, please, if you have any kind of questions, go right ahead and call the number on the screen 304-941-5719. My applause machine don't just die on me. But yes, 304-941-5719. If you get any questions, any comments, anything, any questions to the guest, because I know I'm not answering. You know very much from what I don't listen. So let's go ahead. 304-941-5719. And again, talking about this, I see this make believe kids going around with placards acting like they're protesting. People should go back to school. It was when I see, I was like, these are not. Don't see small people. They recite the anthem. So this is not us.
My brother, make I tell you this. Since you, make I answer you that one easily. Look, this matter be simple. You see, when they catch people, they say they don't commit crimes again. They catch them to say they don't take picking them. Don't have for soldier, soldier.
Right.
Also, so that kind of thing where La Republic do carry picking them, they never know say which way they talk about. Carry plaque and they give them, they come for street worker. Whoa. It be punishable. It just did the same like person hire child soldier. It just did the same like don't take Kalashnikov, give picking way. It be just 5 years old. It's the same thing. You're not different from that kind of a person.
Right.
Because what you do, you masturbate that picking and their brains for no good reason. They come for, if they ask them that after say, when I come up for go work and for security, they go tell you. Ask if you can any of those can ask you, they'll tell you say, my papa, my mommy, or now so uncle can't tell you say, oh, come on, we'll go for street, we'll go do that thing, come back, they go give you chop, they go give you biscuit, they go give you bomb, they will give you everything. That's child abuse. That's child abuse. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, all that film show, I didn't call them film show. I don't talk. I've told you this thing a lot of times. For 35 years, Mr. Paul B has been used to what is called make believe.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They have been used with his party, the CPDM. They have been used to telling themselves lies and believing those lies by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So today they are faced with a real life situation. Now, real life it is. This one no be palaver, no be film show, no be Nollywood, no be Bollywood, no be Hollywood. No, this one not real. So they are finding it difficult to grapple with a real life situation because they have everything that has been counterfeit, make believe, and everything now is a real situation. Mr. Paul Biya gather all the little children in the Republic, put them on the streets with 10 million placards. It will not help you. You will know that the people of Southern Cameroons mean business the day you will be reduced to saying whatever you are saying across the Mongo. Mr. Paul Biya supposed to don't know by now, say kaki, not be leader. He's supposed to don't know by now, say kaki, they so not be leader. Because the people of Southern Cameroon are people who when they believe in something, when they know say something be true, they be ready for die for that thing. And now why that I don't tell you say we go fight right up to the last man standing. We deserve independence restored. I will not go take anything short of that. Nothing. Mr. Biya, no. So no schools. Schools they resume tomorrow, sir. Mr. Biya, sorry. Schools will resume.
Ambomu live.
Will go school full time.
Hello.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Hello. The thing. I'll just the pick up call.
Yeah. It is well.
I'll just. The same thing goes with the that people where they protest, counter protest with them big counter protesters or DC where they know if you spell children and school. Is that
There's no crime has ever been perfect. That you know. No crime has ever been perfect. Mr. Bia and his people wanted the world to think that those were Southern Cameroonians who had come out to protest. But you see, unfortunately, because they will never even respect the few Southern Cameroonians who are working with them, unless they are telling us that Professor Ben Aki, who purportedly was leading that free, doesn't know how to write English.
Right.
They couldn't even trust him with letting him pass his eyes on those billboards before carrying them off. That's why when you just see the right children with REEN, you understand exactly where they are coming from.
Right.
You see, it's not possible to have that kind of perfect crime. That you can't have a perfect crime. A crime is a crime. It will always leave traces.
Hello.
We want it with the new nation.
Hello.
Then now the thing I want to say, if you forget him, now you start to be cook kingdom. Now, if you kill them, they soak their blood. Now, they don't get to one day when they soak their blood now. It's catching me go back for school.
Hello.
But they may go sometimes they get for kingdom. Hello.
Hello. Yes. You talk. Can you, if you repeat what's the way you talk, please?
I'm not getting you well.
Can you repeat what
Hello?
you just said? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah. What were you saying? Because we kind of met you on halfway. What is your comment or question?
Okay. Now I begin to say. Now I depart from Kumbu. Now I want to try for talk say. Yes, but Pekin. Now you study talk for now you nice to you. So now I talk say I want to try to for control. Let's see how my Pekin do the talk. The fight for the struggle. So now the two I want to now say they talk in the school go back. And the start for big students they talk in the school come on. So after when we don't see say they don't try for treat our Pekin the very bad. Then we say me Pekin they remember for home. So now they try to take our Pekin their blood. Do everything for fight. For say maybe they kill them for their rituals where they get them. So yes. So now how way I don't talk for I talk now and say me them say me they try not be saying they will release other people them before will open. What did they don't do for the soldiers them? When they rape the Pekin them, they torture them, when they deal life, and when they deal life with all magicians. What about the talk say this struggle? Say me they stop and maybe say what the Pekin they will go back now before they will stop for the big the Pekin or before they will stop for rape them. They don't know nothing what they try for do. We they fight now for say me know you right. But now how we put be run there down. That time we don't know their right, they don't know we don't achieve things we get them now. They take 10 francs they try for other people than this. See me they say that came back from school. So they camouflage, they make they come up like how they come up for Bunda, Bafusam, from Kumu. They come for St. Augustine. So they try to bring them. Yesterday we will look them for this. We say, school nobody open now, which picking they do where they come. We see all now francophone picking them. No of our picking them, they will not be did it. So what we talk now say, the enemy be vigilant. If you say you're picking for school now, so say me they go kill them.
Right.
Now say me they go kill them. No, they say me they go help the picking. Now, what did they not do? What about the money they will don't pay for school? I get 5 picking there for school. Where did you go for school? All their house. No one know they go. One example, now the second to the last picking. So you know, nice. Now, where they send all that image, where they, now you start national anthem. You don't send so many pictures for WhatsApp. Anything for WhatsApp for one. So, we do with the fight. But we don't get the money, but with the fight, the 5 days. And with the support to the end. We want to say we must succeed for the thing we don't. No one day we don't ever be. We for Cameroon, no one know we be when we don't be united for fight with Apobia. But we don't fight and we show say now it will end. The people they won't take up for government. Now you where the time for black them say me they come for full we how they say come for campaign. Full we give money, do all kinds of them. So that they can give us some of them. Give us small things them for after before they will come. And now we don't get the sense. If they bring we will take them because now we money. We don't have enough for take them, but picking they don't go back for school. So the put the sign and say, me all my kids be picking for house.
Okay.
But say, me we are shooting with that. Now we don't fight, we don't finish them.
Hello.
When I went.
Hello.
Nothing we don't finish them. Some with that hand remain.
Okay. All right. All right.
Continue to go end. So
All right.
the time when I plenty for the job we want to do.
All
Yes.
right.
So my small team, so the online ways I did to make them. It was top one. It was alone.
Hello.
All right.
Oh,
Hello?
the child is talking.
My name is Tia.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Okay, he just wants.
Greetings to you too. How are you doing? How are you doing today? How old are you? And you already said your name.
I am 8 years old.
Oh, 8 years old. Are you listening to what your father just said?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have anything to tell us today?
Find out from her if you'll be going to school tomorrow.
Are you going to school tomorrow?
Yes.
You're going to school tomorrow. Are
No,
you?
she didn't hear. She said fine. She didn't hear. what
Oh,
you said.
oh. Are you going to school tomorrow? That's the question.
No.
Okay, okay. Good. So listen to your dad and make sure that everything that you have to do, you have to listen to what he's saying, okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, wow. I'm touched.
Yes, you see that little girl, right?
Mhm.
And I still want to, talk to her while you are at home. My dear young girl, continue to read your books.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Continue to read your books. We should know that you not only study definitely when school start and all of those things. Continue to read your books. But you've heard that old man talk, right?
Yes.
You heard him. Falsehood cannot be sustained. So you see, all of them, they know themselves in that locality. They know their children. Now, all the children that are brought and put in the schools, they have looked at, they don't know any of those children.
Right,
They cannot identify them. Just because La République wants the world to believe that schools have resumed in southern Cameroons. That's why I say this government is a government that has lived permanently on make-believe. It's a government you cannot trust. In which country in the world will you find a government playing tricks with its people? The people bring problems. The people raise issues to be addressed. Instead of addressing those issues, you are playing tricks, playing pranks. If you are used to stealing, no matter what they do to you,
Yeah.
it is only deliverance that can save you, that can set you free.
Right.
So
Very
what I want
correct.
to tell our people is, do not fall in that trap. Do not find yourself in people's line of fire, because this government is desperate. You know what we call the last kicks of a dying horse? This government is desperate. They will do anything, anything, to discredit us to the rest of the world,
Right.
that we are terrorists.
Right.
Please, your child should not be used as a guinea pig. Some person get picking where he want give them, make they take and set example for them, make they take and make experiment with them.
I hope not. I hope
Keep
not.
your children at home. Let them come and act their movies, and after that they will leave again and go. When they don't finish act their cinema, act their film show, they go come out, go. They live will learn for we. Our children will go back to school at the appointed time, and they will be served the right education. They will not go to schools where they will graduate to be permanent, job seekers who will never find jobs.
Right.
Our children will go to school, get the right kind of education, that upon graduation from schools, they will be producing things. We will buy phones, we will buy, a lot of articles produced by our own children in our own country, because they'll be receiving the right kind of education that makes them creators, not that kind of education that makes them dependents.
Right.
You know why the French, in their core card, decided that they would define the education policy of their colonies? Because you see, the education policy of Francophone Africa is determined by France. Why did they decide to hang on that? Because they know that education is the core. Because they knew that if we are allowed to have the right kind of education, we will not be permanently dependent on them.
Right. Right.
And that is why the Southern Cameroonian, who knows how to be self-reliant, proud, hard-working people, we want to get out of this evil marriage. Want to get out of this unholy marriage, which has brought to us only suffering, only tortured our education to be serving us, something which is more or less like a counterfeit of the kind of education that we deserve. We want to get out of this thing and let our children get the right kind of education that will make them independent in a way of thinking, independent in their livelihood, that will make them really empowered and strong. The dependency syndrome will leave us. We are done with it.
All right. Ambomu Live.
Yeah, am I?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. Is it okay if I don't say my name again today?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Okay, Ambomu, there is something I want to ask John Akuro two questions. First question is because I'm very, very confused. I want to try to understand something because La Republic is talking so much about we are one, our forefathers. So I want to ask the question. Before the scramble of Africa, was there any country like Cameroon?
I would give a little bit of like a little pre-answer and then I'll let him finish.
Perhaps you should finish asking her questions so that we'll address the questions at once.
Is that all?
Yeah, that is the first question.
Okay.
Before
Second
the
question.
scramble of Africa, was there any country like Cameroon? Yes or no?
There were villages and there were people. There were different groups of people. From my understanding of learning about Africa, there were groups of people.
Did we have Cameroon?
No.
No. Not at all.
Then we are not brothers. We are not brothers. Let them go away. Then we are not brothers. Let's not for big state. Secondly, Jamba Akuro, I don't know, although we are in the struggle, but we got a lot of fears. For example, we are talking about 6th October as the day we are going to raise our flag in Boya, and we very well know now that everywhere is being militarized. So how are we going to get to Boya?
Yeah, is that the last question?
Yeah, that's the last question.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
We want to free the line so other people. He will answer the question, but we want to just free the line so other people can be able to call in and answer questions.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I think you even already addressed the first one, and I guess she got satisfied answer. But suffice it to call again that before 1884, where you got the scramble for Africa. There was no such thing like Cameroon, Nigeria, and all. None of those things existed. If you read the history of the Ngemba people, you'll see that at that time they were themselves coming from their own. They have their origins. You read the history of the Widikum people. The history, that is how Africa was. Okay, so it is the colonial masters who came and set their boundaries or whatnot, and everyone who was found within the expanse of land that they had captured for themselves and then gave a name, because you know that even the name Cameroon was not given by us. The name was, I understand, was given by the Portuguese from the Rio dos Cameros. So there is no such thing. And then even when the people want to make allusion to German Cameroon, because where they want to say so much that we have always been one, their point of reference, first of all, is German Cameroon. But mind you, if they are going from that premise, then Equatorial Guinea should go back. Then Central African Republic right back. Bring back much of Gabon and they bring back much of Chad inside that agglomeration. That's why we say that Republic du Cameroon is a very dangerous hegemon. But if they keep talking about German Cameroon, it means that they want to destabilize the entire Central African sub-region. It means that they are forgetting that in 1960, at that time was the OAU, the Organization of African Unity. They came out with a dictum. It was an agreement, okay, that all the countries at independence will respect the boundaries, okay, that they acquired at independence, which means that after independence, the boundaries, the territorial boundaries that have been given to you, you will not go and claim one parcel, 1 meter out of that, okay, and that is it is within the framework of what they call uti possidetis iuris. Even if this was my land and they had cut it and given it to you, since you have it, own it. That's what it actually meant. Uti possidetis iuris. So what we want to say is that argument falls to the ground. Because at independence in 1960, La République was separate from Southern Cameroons. They got independence in 1960 as La République du Cameroun. We were not part of them. We were not with them. That's why we're talking about our independence in 1961. Right. So you cannot even pretend to say you are looking at the time of the Germans and all whatnot. What have they done with Northern Cameroon that joined Nigeria? Have they really gone to bring them back? I think that is a false debate, okay? Right. It's a completely fake debate, something that just needs to be ignored. And then the second question she asked was, with the militarization, how are we going to get to Boya and all of those things? I want to make this clear. Candidly, people are putting a lot of tag on October 1, October 1, October 1. We are not looking just at October 1. We are looking at everything gone. We are looking at everything past even October 1. Because we are talking here of restoring the independence of our country. It's not just about a day. October 1 is significant. Yes, significant because that was the day that the United Nations set to be the mature date for our independence. After the vote of the 21st of April 1961, where they overwhelmingly voted for the independence of the Southern Cameroon, they set the mature date of our independence 1st of October. So we will always talk about 1st of October and look at it as a landmark because it's a significant date. But the struggle doesn't stop there. And talking about Boya, we will get to Boya. Never mind, we are not the first country that is going to be decolonized. Military occupation by, a colonial government will not always be, has not generally been a deterrent for people seeking their freedom. We will continue to press on until our land will be demilitarized and we will possess our capital, Boya. They can't dig Boya and carry it away. They can't carry it away.
They can't.
The time will come and they will go because they will go.
Ambomu Live.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Hello? I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I wanted to ask one question. I was so concerned about the traveling issue.
Can you repeat yourself?
Hello?
Yes, repeat yourself, please.
I was talking about the traveling issue. I want to know, I wish you know, from the look of things, I read a communication this afternoon saying that those who are the released, the lawyer and the lawyer and the Dr. Bala lawyer have given instruction that schools should resume. What is the next step for who are down, who are on the ground and seeing this movement?
All right. Thank you very much for your question.
Yeah, I think it's an easy question to answer. You, Barrister Nkongo Felix Agbabala is free now. Yeah, that's if it is actually free. Dr. Fontem Neba Afoteka is free, right? If he too is actually free, right? If it is not freedom at gunpoint, okay? Because, we can all be seeing here that they are free, whereas it is freedom at gunpoint. Why wouldn't they talk by themselves? They are out of prison. Why would it be lawyers who go and sit and be signing some paper to say, okay, our clients have said that people should go back to school? The Dr. Bala he can talk for himself. Right. He is free. Dr. Fontem Neba can talk for himself. I think La République du Cameroun still believes that we are fools. I just said it here a while ago. They tell themselves lies and they believe those lies. That is simply manipulation. Okay? So you don't need to bother about that scrap of paper. It's simply a scrap of paper. Even if they brought Dr. Fontem Neba and Barrister Bala Felix to sit in a press conference and tell you that we are calling for schools to resume, we are calling for life to go back to normal, don't even bother to listen to them because they are expecting you to understand that they are free at gunpoint. Right. You understand that? Right. They expect you to understand that they are free at gunpoint. They know. They are convinced that you know what they stood for, that you know what they stand for. They are convinced that you know that in their heart of hearts, they are ready that we go all the way. But because of the conditions in which they find themselves right now, they may be forced at one point or the other to say one thing or the other to the contrary for the sake of at least being free. We want them free for the sake of being alive. We want them alive, but we know the message that they had given. The time will come when they will stand on the right pedestal and talk, and we will listen to them.
Right.
For now, it's not possible for us to bother about listening to them because first, we still have to get them checked. Right?
Very
we
correct.
don't know what has happened to them. For all those months that they were in detention, 8 months is not 8 days.
Right.
We know that the story of most of the SCNC activists that were arrested most of the time and detained. Then whenever they were free, they were just coming back home to die.
Right.
To come and be dying slowly. You know what happened to Lapiro de Banga after he spent 3 years at the New Bell prison? When he came away from there, what was he? Vegetable, just ready to die. So we will need to have our brothers thoroughly checked in good hospitals out of that triangle, so that anything that has been done on them will be undone. And then at that time when they sit and they're talking to us, we will know that we're talking to reasonable people. I'm not saying that they are no longer reasonable,
right,
but I'm saying that we have to do a lot of double checking. So anything you hear from them now, ignore it.
All right. Ambomu Live.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I'm coming back. Because the line went off.
Okay.
Hello? Yes. Yeah.
Please don't pay attention to the TV. Don't pay attention to the device you're watching the show on. Just step away from it, or possibly turn down the volume all the way down.
Okay. Yes. As I was saying, as the earlier said, the two leaders that have been released, they are best placed to go to media and ask school to resume. And from all indications, it is like as the earlier said, some people are trying to manipulate the presence of the release of the two leaders for school to resume. Now, what is the step forward? Because one of the main leaders is still in jail, and some others have been released. Are we listening to the constitution, or are we listening to the president, the chairman of the interim chairman?
Okay, sir. He just answered that question now.
Maybe if he didn't get me, let me give it back. Let me repeat it to his benefit. I want to make it very clear to you. The people of Southern Cameroon have a government in place. That government is headed by Tisiku Ayuk Tabe, with as deputy Tasang Wilfred Fomba. And I want you therefore to know that the people of Southern Cameroon know who they take instructions from. They know who they take directives from. And mind you, Agbabala and Contem Neba belong to the consortium. Okay? And the consortium is part of the organization that put in place the governing council. It's part of SCACOF.
Right.
And I want you therefore to understand that as a matter of fact, we don't have any sentiments about forth and back. We have made it clear. Schools are not resuming. We have declared ghost towns Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for 4 good weeks to make sure that the whole world knows that we have refused any cosmetic arrangements from Yaoundé. And we have made it also clear that every Southern Cameroonian is important. We don't believe in Southern Cameroon that there are some people who are more important than others.
Right.
Every Southern Cameroonian is important to us. That is why, until the very last Southern Cameroonian who is detained is released from the dungeons of La République, and all the families will come and confirm that they have all seen their loved ones. Because we will indicate that any family that has not seen their loved ones, even after they say we have freed everybody, should indicate. Because there are some that they definitely have killed and buried without us knowing in places.
Right.
Because you heard brother Zama, who came from jail. You heard Zama talk.
Yeah.
Zama told you that the cell, the prison where he was, at least 2 people were dying daily. But no Southern Cameroonian died in the prison where he was. But it tells you what was happening elsewhere. It could be happening elsewhere to where he was not. And if you heard brother Zama very well, he told you he didn't commit any crime. He didn't commit any offense before he was arrested. He was arrested because he was speaking the truth. And what did he say? That if given the opportunity, he will still speak the truth. Right. So what was he telling you? He was telling you that although I've gone through this torture, I am convinced that what we are fighting for is true, is right, it's correct, it's honorable, and we must go all the way. What else do you want to hear? It's simple and that clear.
All right.
We have to go all the way.
Hello?
No
Yes.
schools.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
You have
Hello?
to just say what you have to
Yes.
say and free the line because we have to take other calls.
Yeah. 1 minute. One last question. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we are with you.
Yes, one last question. I wish it's possible that we the Southern Cameroonians, we the English-speaking Cameroonians, the problem we have is the government calls us on table and asks us to give our own proposal. Is it not better for us to listen to what they want to say and we go ahead and see how life goes ahead or keep on saying schools not resume?
Okay, let me answer that one very, very, very quickly.
All right, thank you very much.
So I want you to get this from me clearly. Why is the government so interested in schools resuming? You should ask yourself that question. Is it that the government suddenly likes our children too much more than us? These same children that upon graduation, that same government does not give them opportunities? These same children that upon graduation, that same government will expect their fathers, their mothers to go and sell the last pieces of land they have in the village or sell the only houses they have in order to buy their ways into menial jobs? That government suddenly likes these children more than us? These same children whose education that government is torturing, whose chances that same government is taking and giving to others, that same government, they now like those children more than us. You should ask yourself, why is the government so interested in schools resuming? This government has something to prove to the world and not the interest of those children that they are calling on that they should go back to school. And then again, let me make this clear to you. We have outlined a number of conditions to this government, that those conditions will have to be met before we return to the negotiating table. You're even asking us to go back to dialogue. Has that government indicated to you that it's ready to dialogue? Now, 11 months into this crisis, has Mr. Paul Biya for once taken a speech to address just the Southern Cameroon's question? Has he? To show you that, yes, I'm willing, I have interest, I'm so touched by what is happening? It's because to him, Southern Cameroonians are nothing. That is why one of his lieutenants could easily call us rats. Yes, could easily call us rats on national television. And nobody called him to question. Nothing happened to him. Have you heard that he was jailed because he called fellow citizens rats? I want to make you to understand this, my dear brother. That as a matter of fact, we had outlined conditions for dialogue. And that government is not ready for dialogue yet. That government will only be forced to the negotiating table. It is not the government that ever does anything out of goodwill. I'll give you simple examples. First, we said, 1, free all those who have been arrested. All. We said all, unconditionally. Number 2, we said withdraw all Francophone magistrates from our courts. Number 3, we said withdraw all those intruding in the Anglo-Saxon education system from our educational institutions. We said so. Number 4, we said grant general amnesty to all those who are out there on exile so they should return and settle down for us to be able to have that dialogue. And then number 5, we said demilitarize our regions. Take away all your soldiers. Take away your army of occupation. If you handle these 5, we will now be ready to sit down and talk with you. But now, how are we going to talk? We're not just going to come and sit down and start talking with you because we know that Paul Biya's government never respects any engagement. They cannot come to any agreement with you and respect it. Never. Have they implemented even just their constitution of 1996, which they panel beaten in 2008, which they have touched over and over and over? How many articles have been respected in that constitution? A country that can never respect its own constitution, you believe that country, you can trust it, that you come to agreement just between you and them, and they will implement those agreements? No, you can't trust them. That is why we say, after all of these conditions have been met, yes, we will go to dialogue. But we'll only dialogue in the presence of third parties. Because we're a country, we shall only dialogue in the presence of a third party. And you heard, the Secretary General of the United Nations has granted that prayer by offering the good offices of the United Nations to be present on that dialogue table. We said we also want the United Kingdom of Great Britain to be present, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We also said we want the United States of America to be present, and we want the African Union to be present. These people should be there and hear what La Republique is going to say and be part of the agreements that will be arrived at so that they too will be witnesses that La République has refused to implement its agreements, because we are dealing here with a rogue government. And when you are dealing with a rogue government, take all your dispositions. We are not fools. And then again, just to go back to your question, you asked that now that they have freed some, can we not just let children go to school, or what is the way forward? Remember, this problem did not begin because they arrested people. No, it is because of the problem that people were arrested. So freeing them is not like they have really done some kind of wonderful thing and all of those things. I know that's the effect that they actually wanted. I know according to them, they kept to wait until this weekend for back to school so that they will, carry out a cosmetic decision that they have taken, and then it will fool us to say, oh yes, they have people, let us go to school. No, Mr. Pobia, we're not fools. We know what we want. We know how we want it, and we are convinced we are going to get it. Let him put that one in his head. So we're just calling on all of us to be determined, to be focused, and to stay glued. Let our eyes remain on the objective, and the objective is Boya. Keep your eyes on Boya. Don't look to the left, don't look to the right. You may be frightened by the storms. Keep your eyes on Boya, and we shall keep going.
All right, Ambomu Live. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Ambomu Live.
Yes, Ambomu Live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
No, brother, we just thank God for Jesus.
All right, go right ahead. We hear you.
Yes, Ambomu Live, I really like this program, and I thank Jomba Koro for coming to really explain what did go on. Yes, hello?
Yeah, we hear you. Are they quiet so that means you talk with you talk?
Yes, the thing I want to really talk about this issue, and I say, I never had the opportunity for participate in the program, but one thing I want to encourage them, I say, maybe we, the Anglophones, the Southwest person and the Northwest person, maybe will be united. And all these people stand for social media, and this man, Ayabacheluka, they run their own program. Ebenezer Kwanga, they run their own program. This one, they run their own program. They insult each and everyone. It's not going to take me to anywhere. We not over any place to succeed. Criticism was the people must criticize another people then.
Yeah.
But I believe that these people, they be elderly people, they be well educated. They don't go school pass from a winner. Why don't they call themselves doctors? Need they try for communicate within themselves. They would not for the technological world. Need they try to live within themselves. They talk. They become one. We see as how we should get to Boya as a family, not as an enemy. Because when they go online with social media, they insult, they discourage some of the people. They back home. The people they feel say they were they outside. They get something for chop. Now why don't they criticize about themselves? But the way they go home, they don't get anything for chop. They just even weaken their spirit down. They don't go into this struggle.
Okay. All right.
Yes, another point where I want to raise another place people don't line that say we the Southern Cameroonians will get to notice if this opportunity will let it go. If we let this opportunity go, then we will ever kneel down for freshman. We will ever kneel down for francophone Cameroonians. Every time we go to the one who kneel down before they do anything. So now the opportunity will get us to hold them for their neck. Either they let we go or they succumb to wait away with the talk for them. Because they are a regime, a very wicked regime. I remember in 2008, I was in Cameroon. I've been working for some radio station, Ocean City Radio. 2008 hunger strike. They asked military people to go for Carrefour Day more for Bonaberi to shoot Bamenda boy them. Wow. Yeah. So if we release this opportunity, let it go, and then we will ever remain for this mess forever and ever. So the encouragement I say, especially those who are there abroad now, someone we will encourage our brother them back home or our family them to go home, like finance them. We get that obligation to call home, tell them say, when I stay back home, 2 years doesn't matter anything in your life. Because the 2 years will lead to a victory where it will make our nation will be a civilized and an industrial country tomorrow.
True that. All right.
Rather than yeah. Thank you. Me other people to get for line and Bongo line. No problem.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he don't talk some go back to Northwest and right. I think from the start of this struggle, carriage to do. Don't see them for you. Therefore, Northwest and very unique. But don't forget to one thing. You know, you ever see for that's them. You ever see the demon just run quickly come out? No. They will go resist. They will go fight until you know people go very fast. The only way you go destroy the devil and say you therefore resist it until he run. So we would resist the old narrative from that old people that I don't call them. I don't talk about them for years. If you hear some man they talk northwest, southwest divide. Now that people then I no one talk say they don't expire because that go be na cosh. But what me say now that people the way they enjoy na bonus. Now them they talk that story them. If you want to listen to them, yes, not only them go tell you say no. Hey, we southwest people them will not want that northwest people them because there be whole story when na Yaoundé bring and they put them for we head because the Yaoundé be don't be sure. Since they don't divide, we so they finish so northwest and southwest. No ever agree, talk, be one mob for be able for take what way belong to we. But now they be shocked for see and say the younger generation. I don't tell you the Android generation. We don't do research for no say, but through some problem be there among we people, and we realize say lie, no problem, no be there. Who people they be get the best form of democracy. Yes, Southern Cameroon be get the best form of democracy. You see, a sitting prime minister of Southern Cameroon organized election, lost, hand over. That one in 1950 waiting. You feel imagine. But today with the 2000 waiting, Paul Biafi grief on say if he lost any election for that country, he go tell una. Say, well, if una no vote me, chaos go be. Take note. So we know the values where we great grandfathers of grandfathers and mothers all they believe and for we. And we want to go back to those values. No person no go deceive we. That people the way they live on bonus. We know. They be poor be a friend them. They don't get friendship. They don't enter so they're Njangi house. Whether na good Njangi house or na bad Njangi house where they get the agreement then for they make them go begin divide themselves for that side. We no go join them. We the younger generation who don't tell them say we know what we want. We want we country. Make the live we. Make your own no bother about whether we'll be united or not be united. No be japalava. Now we palava. Make the live and for we. We go take back our country as a united people. We go transform our country. Them. They will start stand for line. For consular offices and for Yaoundé or Douala or Bafoussam. For house visas and for enter Southern Cameroon as an El Dorado. That time no foul. The time be very close. So no bother about that one. Okay? Then number 2, you talk about disunity among the revolutionary leaders. Make this thing clear for you. Look, if you see brothers and sisters from the same mommy and the same papa, they get disagreements. Often. You see husband and wife too, they get disagreement, but they live under the same roof and they don't take oath before man and God. Say from today, we two don't join for become one. They still get disagreements. How much of the situation where you get now people from various backgrounds, from different backgrounds, where they come together or can take over this endeavor? Unity among the revolutionary leaders now work in progress. You understand? Now work in progress. We'll continue for, take differences by day and by night until one day that differences they will be completely cleared off. When I will begin see very soon I will begin see some of those leaders who want to check say this so they not be ready for see eyeball to eyeball with the others or where they talk out of anger, insult and all whatnot. When I will see they will can't me tell this my brother Ambomu for now. So one go she down for left, the other one go she down for right. They go talk for the same studio, they go talk the same language, they go talk in the same fashion. This unity, building unity, now work in progress. But I want to make una know some one thing. Time go day we will go see cracks. Go now talk say let's say this unity don't be threatened. I want to make una know. We they run away from La République because we run away from some very bad habits. We run away from serious vices. We run away from that evil thing like corruption, embezzlement, mismanagement of funds, siphoning, and all whatnot. So no, say even among we no go tolerate that kind of thing at all. Yes, if we discover say any person there among we where he the one bring that bad habits them inside this struggle, only inside this struggle we go weed it out because
will not fit afford for carry that bad habits and take and go boya. For 57 years, they don't indoctrinate we. So you must still get on that system. So we will lead a kind of revolution where it correct itself as it go ahead. So that by the time we can go enter boya, chap, all the bad thing they don't clear. So at any given moment where we see some that can crack because of the struggle for straightening people the way that they want bend, that no say this on a healthy process. And we must do so because if at all we know they go in a way where they clean ourselves, take away the bad seeds, take away those bad habits and all that kind of thing. Them. Like when we go back for Boya, we'll not go be different from La République, but we must be different. We get for be different. Now a duty for we for be different. So get confidence and know say this. So this unity, what we talk about now, work in progress. You talk about say if we leave this opportunity, you go, Bia no go ever let we go. No be Bia go let we go. We'll go take freedom. No man ever stand to take freedom, give the other person. We'll go take freedom. And the freedom, this will take come by this way, by this in the way to do so.
Right.
So this ghost town, what they call and 3 day ghost town, they say, where we punish ourselves? We do so. If we punish ourselves, that government, not for border, therefore tell you and make ghost towns even for 1 month. You understand? But because this ghost town, they touch them now, why the way they fight them? Because of this ghost town, I know how much taxes government lost them for 1 day of ghost town for Northwest and Southwest. You know, say any banking transaction where they do, they attract VAT. Yes, they attract VAT. So you know how much VAT banks alone they gather for 1 day. Even goods where they go buy for market order, they attract VAT. So that shut down. They damage this government very badly. Number one. Number two, when I see say military be very corrupt. Very corrupt. They gather when you know before. I don't understand where most people they know, where most people they don't know. When October 1 become, these military people then they want collect money from government. Say they want can fight with because SCNC go want do activities and for October 1, all that kind of thing. Sometimes that they say they go can push, they provoke people so that maybe they start talk say, okay, October 1 they come. So that maybe they use the opportunity for claim money from government coffers. Right. Sometimes they say when they say they come up for night, go hang flags and for auto tree. Then charge money, they go discover those flags and then say again. Then they start making noise. Oh, when I see they don't have SCNC for make a maybe no say security threat day because they don't say bia the over fear. They know they come to security over fear, so they cut all the money from that treasury. So as this struggle they go on now, so now they see treasury they can't empty small time. All money they receive when I see them, the paper they pass. The other day they show now how that minister, the way they come up for can work talk lie all over the place, they spend 130 million. When I see how Minister for Secondary Education asked me to give 4 billion for take organize GCE for Norway and Southwest. 4 billion, they cut them, they give them. When I see how Mr. Bokam, Secretary of State in charge of Gendarmerie, don't ask you on almost 400 million. Say me then give you because one send thousands of gendarmes again for Northwest and Southwest. They will cut the money, they will give them. And then by the time they want to go down for free, they go tell Passy when this goes down, they start again tomorrow. Tuesday and Wednesday, they will tell you, say, hey, that gendarme, the few, we need now 1 billion. They go carry them, they go give them. That government, they on the knee, it is suffer because of those ghost towns. And now why that way, we must continue the pressure. And why that we must continue for put them that pressure until they go surrender. Maybe we go surrender, not them. They go surrender for we hands because no government, no free win judgment against the own people. So that one kill it. Forget.
All right. Ambomu Live. You be the last caller.
Hello?
Yes, Ambomu Live.
Yeah, I just want for throw in some small contribution.
Go right ahead, my brother.
I want for especially thank John Ba Akoro for the message where it come through. And I want to comment on one of the issues then where my brother will raise them.
Make it really quick, my brother.
Yes, I say I want to thank John Ba Akoro for which way he did talk. And I like the message. I want to throw some small contribution for which way my brother just talked. Where he talks, say, we get many, plenty groups and where they divide. but me I not see I'm like a division because would they like an army where get different battalion, and each battalion where each day will get air force, will get ground force, will get marine, but we'll get one message where the message should be for move to independent.
Mm-hmm.
So the different groups then will get mean and will be divided. We'll get press on the one go will get when I will go for independent. The second thing we want to say, make we try to sensitize for people back home, even for our mother tongue. I don't record a voice message from my country talk, come up for barefoot.
Oh yeah.
And I don't send a message for them from my country talk. For my own people, them say on Monday, me school no start. On Tuesday, me school no start. On Wednesday, me school no start. Until the 1st of October, they would listen for our president, Seseku, for give way with a program where our own academic year will look like. So, like if I look now at the watch online, I get about 3 different people them way. The day online. They speak the same message. I don't see Southern Cameroon TV the day online. I don't see Macberta day online. And I encourage that. Even if I get 20 people there online, I will create 20 different channels, them open different pages them for watch all them at the same time, because I really encourage with it when I do, and I be proud of the good job when I do and for day when I continue with the spirit. I will leave now. I get a lot for talk, but I want to meet some other people that they give their own contribution. Time when I plenty.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Great job, though. Great job. I just want me comment on that and then just round up with the message because we'll get some few minutes to get off.
Sure. I want to thank the brother very well because he repeated this. He just come back to the same thing we I talk. He add more value to the thing we I talk. Say as a matter of fact, this unity now work in progress, and so all we get now one message as he talk. The only message who get out there now seek the restoration for independence. The people the way that they still preach federalism, I don't already give their own message. Say me they know say they play into the hands of the enemy, and say that enemy not even think that thing where they call and say federalism. So no begin ask counterfeit and where you get the real thing for ASCAM. Ask the correct thing once and for all. Number one. Number two, I want to address this message especially for the traders them. They want them for Bamenda. And I think even all over Southern Cameroon, say this government delegate them, this mayor them, and this DO them, SDO them, governor, the way that they can't threaten una say, oh, if una not open a shop, we go lock them. If una do this and that, make that not frighten any person. Shut down your shops Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until the 4th of October. They no go do you nothing. And I want to remind una know they operate with the Foley Hawk law firm. They don't do a lot for this struggle. And make we know, say a lot of these people, the way they do this thing as individuals, they no go take the government to court, they go take those individuals to court. So when Dumunji do all that rubbish, me una no bother. Dumunji go stand for court. He won as an individual. Governor Lele Lafri no go dede for cancer support. Say no, na me I be talk say, Paul Bia no go dede. No man no go dede. They go answer for those crimes personally. None of them no go go unpunished. So me una no bother about those things. Shut, close your shop. Strike na right. You get a right for strike. No man no supposed for intimidate you. And then when I will see some taxis the way government don't send her in and all that way they go can't the worker provocatively. Enter any of those taxis at your own risk. Because when you enter those taxis, after your family start can find you left and right, you say na still we go to suffer.
Right.
Now why they would advise una say stay away from the streets. Una go see picking the way they don't bring her from outside. No, we don't get testimony from person way. We don't get eyewitness account for person way there for their locality. They don't see picking the way they bring her for the school where they bring her. But then that strange picking. No man don't know any of them. So that they want to use them for law. You say schools don't resume and so on. Make you follow suit. Una ignore all that one. And then now for finish, I want to talk this very important thing. Plenty of they will really want to see say make we go boya. We really want to make this struggle go all the way, but we need to help the struggle. Plenty of we need to contribute a farthing for make this struggle go for before. So I want to call on everyone, person we never yet write the own check. I don't talk first of all since say yes. We know say this website don't get some difficulties. Some people they find it difficult for put money for day. We do encourage you now. Say if una dey na for Texas, at least una get on a group for day, or una dey na for Dallas or Houston, una dey na for London, una dey na for where for Canada. Una come together and put una money together, then write one check. Just send them would that send them for a PO for Scapac PO Box 61 Lexington for Boston. That money go enter the account direct and you go help this struggle. Any person who never write your own check, pick your pen, you write and you see result for this struggle. You see slave don't become master. Master don't become slave. You see what way people power fit do. So these soldiers them now they declare campuses them for picking them now. They go do even worse things. They go do even other menial things because of the pressure we they put on them collectively. You will never write your own check. Write them. I know say when they plenty when I want contribute for this struggle. But when I no one say me they no say when they contribute because I still get some few things they will know one make the touch. It be very important. We be ready. We like to protect people them way. They get their goods and for places and where they go around for scatter and for destroy and just for hurt them and for hurt to struggle. Because once they will go take back the country. When we don't finish take back the country, we enter Boya. One make a business people the way they get money, maybe they still count with that money for camp bill.
Right.
We know we go want destroy them now because at that time when we don't take the country, we should not now start hire the country out for other people them. Because all we own people they will don't destroy them. You where you want contribute for this struggle and you no one come to the forefront, call me. Call me. I will give you the directives on how you fit participate. Call Oga Sisiku Ayuktabe. Call Oga Tasang Wilfred. Call any of who leaders them. Talk with them. Call Dr. Tabe Julius. We in Boston. Call Harriet from Key. We in Boston. Call any of these people them. Talk with them. They go guide you. How you go contribute. Even if you day back now for Cameroon, you want participate. And then you don't know how you go come in and you know what made them affect you in any way. Call me. Make I give this number. Call me on 443-808-7103. Take the number again. 443-808-7103. So this number too, they for WhatsApp. If you know if you get me on direct line, go for WhatsApp. If you did not for Cameroon, you did out of America, start on +1. Say +1 443-808-7103. Will be very disposed for facilitate this thing because me could not know this enterprise now enterprise or we. Me no man no go climb for a best sleep to say no that thing it no concern me. Tomorrow you go start finding it difficult for explain them for your picking and say when real people they be the rise or fight for the independence for their country you be the sleep. Your picking to as I say na coward my papa bibi, na coward my mommy bibi. So rise to the occasion. Do your own job. Contribute your own quota. Make we go Boya. I want to thank you, my brother, very much because you make it possible same more exchange with people them. So that they go big compound tomorrow. I sure wanna know. So when you go big compound, that you go big compound tomorrow. Yeah. So all shops shut down. No person for any streets will stay for our houses. No provocation will stay for our house. Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank my able guest, Mr. Jomba Akoro, for showing up today and giving us some very, very strong wisdom. I know say in the comment section we get some distractors, but please do not mind them. Don't worry about those people because they know not what they are doing. Lord Jesus, forgive them. They need to get down on their knees and beg for forgiveness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one time we'll shout you out. We get like very few minutes to be on here. Go ahead and drop your name down here so we go ahead and shout you out before we come over here. So that we shout you out and get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. I know so start the show today a little bit early, because we'll try to get into some things later on. We are very, very busy. Coco Blinks, how you doing? You show up today. Thank you very much. Wendy Ambong, how you doing? Raphael, Caleb Kali, Abu Free, Nick, woo! Rosa, Siri, Yomo, Zuluman, Wendy again. How you doing? Thank you very much. Thank you. Brian Chair, how you doing? God grace. Nana Frundi. Who's I come out today? Anitsu, why? How you doing? Peter Ndola, how you doing? Wally on the move. Wow, how you doing? Muna Eric, how you doing? Larry, I can't say that. Sorry, I know we finished your last name. Geme Akoge, how you doing? Woo! And please, if you never like the page, please go ahead and like the page so that every time they're on. Tamo Nikhil, how you doing? Eric again. Loom E Butler, how you doing? If you never like the page, please go ahead and like the page so that every time they're online, you know, and we notify you. Like and follow the page. France, P-Fuck. Wow. Okay. How you doing? Pete Andola again. How you doing? Thank you very much. Thank you. Playing in the background, my very good friend Brisville and Mr. Leo. All right, Del Freddy, how you doing? Chrissy Cross. Oh wow. All right. Okay, so I did just get a very, very important news right now. Say security people, them breaking news, please pay attention right now. Pay attention. Breaking news, security people then go to break into people their house, so forcefully picking them, go for school. So please warn everybody around your house. If if you travel, go for village, they go village. Security people, they go break into people their houses and try for forcefully take people them back to take people them for school. So please watch out, pay attention, please be on the watch, warn your people back home. If you're watching back home, please be careful, watch out. Okay, let's keep it going. JZ Light, no school. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, remember no school. 3 day goes down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3 days goes down. Please be careful. Please take care. We love you. We from the diaspora. We here at Ambomu Life. We love you. Ambomu Life family loves you. Thank you very, very much for showing up today. And we will see you tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow again. So we'll make sure we'll be here tomorrow and make sure that everything is working just fine. So thank you very, very much for watching. Again, my name is Ambomu, and this one Ambomu Live. I will see you now tomorrow, the same time. Peace.